How far are you guys going to go in order to get TikTok clout? Would you shake your booty? A lot of people would shake their booty. Would you make fun, entertaining, and hilarious content like some people I know? That's me. Or would you fake your death? Now, faking your death doesn't make any sense, right? Because if you do fake your death, then there's not really a lot of way to gain clout, because then you just have to stay dead. You're just going to gain the followers you get when inevitably everybody's going to your page to tell you rest in peace and then follow you to say that they followed you. That happens to every person who dies. They gain followers when they die. That's been known. It always happens. Whether you like it or not, it's just a fact. Well, apparently somebody on TikTok thought that that was a good idea to fake their death. I woke up yesterday to a lot of comments saying, "At your favorite guy is dead." And when I saw that, I did get sad, and it kind of gave me the similar feeling of when my good buddy Face Chemo did unfortunately pass away. That was a sad time for a lot of us TikTokers who were friends with Face Chemo. I didn't know this your favorite guy very well. I knew he was friends with a lot of people that I was friends with. I knew that he followed me. I knew that he was young. And so obviously death would be very unfortunate. So I went over to his page. He has a sad video playing with the caption, "You will be missed." And, there was a lot of people commenting, saying, "Rest in peace, you were amazing, blah, blah, blah." I thought it was a little fishy. I didn't believe it because I was checking all of his other social medias. And it did seem fishy to me because this was out of the blue. And a lot of people were commenting. There was really no posts by his family members that he was dead. There was no kind of evidence that we saw, like with Face Chemo. We found out he was dead from his parents. Who was TikTok finding out that this guy was dead? I was curious. So I didn't say anything. If I was wrong, oh well, but I just thought it was fishy. I didn't think he was actually dead. It seemed a little convenient. Unfortunately, my thoughts were right. He went on and made a video. And he said, "I'm alive. And I'm sorry. I thought I would do an experiment to show that people are fake and only care when someone's gone." What? But I went way too far, and it got out of my control. I manipulated my fans for clout and abused my platform. I'm so sorry for the anguish I caused. Now, when I saw "I'm sorry," I thought he was going to make an apology video, and, that's great. He's a young kid. He makes mistakes. That's awesome. But then I keep on reading, and he says that it was an experiment, and he tries to justify his actions by saying it's an experiment. What I wish is that this guy would just own up to his actions. Just say you wanted the clout. Just say that you wanted to gain followers from faking your death, and then say, "Haha, JK, you didn't expect people to actually care about you? Maybe you don't know your fan base. Maybe you don't know human nature, that when people who keep up with you and follow you, when they die, it causes your fans a lot of pain." We saw that on very high levels with Etika. A lot of people were very sad when he died because he had such a big and loyal following. And I'm sure that every TikToker who has a decent following has those diehard fans who would be genuinely hurt if you died. Death is painful. Dealing with death and grief is not a pleasant thing. Yes, it gains you followers. Congratulations. But even worse is that you cause your fans pain because they're not going to get any more content. Somebody who they genuinely like or love is gone and is no longer on this earth. And it's happened with a lot of people on social media who have died. It's unfortunate that some of those people have died. It's terrible. It's unfortunate that anybody dies. But when you lose a content creator, a lot of other people get hurt too on a massive scale. And this is what happened here. This guy had almost 1 million followers. He faked his death. I guess he didn't expect a lot of people to be hurt by this, but they were. And he saw that he was hurting people, so he went out, said he was sorry. But what I don't understand is that you try to justify it by calling it an experiment. I genuinely do not understand that whatsoever. He said later on in a video, the point of it was that people only care when you're gone. It was an experiment, not a joke. Once again, he was trying to defend his actions by saying it was an experiment. Frankly, it doesn't matter whether it was an experiment or a joke, it was foul and it was disgusting. You can't justify it by just saying it was an experiment. There are some terrible experiments that have happened just to see what happens. It doesn't mean they're not terrible things. What actually happened is that you were in a group chat with a bunch of other TikTokers and you asked them to comment "rest in peace" on your most recent video so you could get traction. Some of them obliged. You were very confident that this was going to be a successful experiment, that everybody would think you're dead and it would be awesome. But then it backfired on you. And now you're trying to retract it, just saying, well, I was just trying to prove a point that people only care when you're gone. The thing is, we've been knowing that. Some people do only care when you're gone. That's what happens when you're gone. A lot of people try to hop on the death bandwagon and say that they were OG fans and need a reason to be depressed, because that's how some people are. I don't get it. I don't act like I'm a fan of people after they die. I certainly wouldn't do that to you, because I'm not going to act like I was your best buddy when I wasn't, because it's not true. And I'm not going to try to speak after you're dead when you can't defend yourself or speak for yourself. However, a lot of people do that. They're like, oh, I was an OG, I was your biggest fan, and now you're dead. Oh, rest in peace. It happens to a lot of rappers. You see it with XXXTentacion, Lil Peep, all those people. Everybody says they're OG fans. Really, they didn't listen until after they died. The problem is, we knew this. This was an experiment that's been out in practice for a long time. Just own up and say you wanted the clout. Just own up and say you told your Discord to go comment "rest in peace." Just own up and say that you were in a Snapchat group chat with a lot of TikTokers, and they've approached me and confirmed this, that you wanted to see what would happen, and that you were confident about it. I don't see the problem in just saying I'm sorry and not trying to justify it by an experiment, or calling it, some type of, I just wanted to prove a point. That doesn't make any sense. I hope you do realize that people do actually die that have social media, that some of them, their life will be cut off short at a young age. And now, because of you, people are going to have a hard time believing it until there's concrete evidence. We had evidence with Anas, FaZe Chemo, because his parents, his whole entire family, was telling us that, yes, unfortunately he passed. We knew that he had cancer and was getting chemotherapy for it. Your death was pretty fishy. Everybody knew that. Everybody was asking questions, but yet you still tried to carry it on for a few hours and then realized that there was some severe backlash, and your death story already had holes in it, and there was really no way you could justify it because your parents are going to post videos of you alive on your Facebook, and then people are going to find out you're a fraud. You don't have to justify this, dude. You can just say I'm sorry. I know you deleted your TikTok account. I know you can reactivate it within the next 30 days, and you probably will because you don't want to lose 1 million followers. If you're watching this video, which you probably are, you're young. You make mistakes. This was dirty. This was gross. But it's okay to just say, you know what? I'm young. I'm dumb. I made a mistake. If you just say that without having to justify by calling it an experiment, by not trying to justify it any further, by just saying you're freaking sorry, and obviously it was a crappy thing to do, then probably the majority of your fan base would take that apology. However, your apology is still trying to justify it. So, take the advice, dude. Okay? If you keep on the traction you're going on, then your account's going to die. Nobody's going to care because you're still perceived as a crappy person. However, if you do what I say, apologize, don't justify it, just apologize, then maybe some of your fans will forgive you. when you do bring your account back, because I know you will, try to do that. I think we can all take a lesson from today and know that faking your death accomplishes nothing. That we already know that people only care when you're gone. However, as creators, we should focus on the fans that care about us now and not harm them as you did, your favorite guy. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I hope you guys take maybe something from this. And make sure to like, subscribe, and turn post notifications on. Comment. Tell me what you guys think about the situation. I'll be back soon. I love you. Goodbye.